What's going on, everybody? Mile High back in with another video, and today I've got a TownHall 11 attack strategy. It was recommended by a subscriber yesterday that they want more TownHall 11 attacks, so here you are. So it is actually going to be a cookbook army. So if you see over here up on the top right, you can click cookbook, and it has all these strategies. These are TownHall 10, and if you scroll down, it's got TownHall 11. There's, I believe, 4 of them for each TownHall, and here is the attack we're actually using. It's called Over and Under. It is basically a queen charge hybrid attack strategy, and it's actually pretty good. So we're going to give it a try here. I'm going to keep the equipments exactly how it has it, but if you are going to use this, I would recommend tweaking it. So for the cookbook, it actually has the Rage Vial and the Vamp Stash on the king, which isn't the best. I mean, it's not horrible, but on the queen, it just has the Archer puppet and the Invisibility Vial. It's just the default equipments. Then on the Warden, it has the Eternal Tome and the Life Gem. So it's not the best. I would definitely tweak that. If you have better equipments for the king and the queen, I would definitely do that. The Warden ones are fine, but I would honestly change the Life Gem out for a Healing Tome as well if you guys have that. So for the Clan Castle, I am bringing a Siege Barracks, and I'm bringing Valkyries in mind just because they move faster, do a good job cleaning trash on the outside. Also, another thing you can do, you can either bring a Rage in your Clan Castle or bring 2 Freezes. If you're going to be charging in towards single Inferno Towers, you definitely want to have free spells. So we're going to go hop into a friendly challenge first to show you guys how this works. Alright, so what you're going to want to do, like I said here, I have free spells because I'm going to be going in towards the single Inferno at the top. But if you didn't, I would definitely go in the bottom towards that Eagle because there's no singles down there. So we're going to start off with our Queen. We're going to drop her up here on this corner, and we're going to drop our 4 healers on her. And I'm hoping she comes down and gets all this stuff. We got to freeze that Inferno, and then I'm hoping she goes down here to the left. And she's just going to start clearing all that trash. And then our wall breakers should be able to pull the Clan Castle troops so we can deal with the Clan Castle troops with your queen. You want to make sure if you're going to be attacking a base that has CC troops, you have to lure with your queen charge so you can deal with the troops with your queen. Because obviously if it's air troops, you don't have anything else to deal with it other than your queen. So I poison and use the queen to take out the Clan Castle. And then once she's quite a ways in on her charge, we're going to drop the king and the siege barracks over here on the left side. And their job is to go down and take out all this trash and work their way down around the outside here. And then that gives us a big funnel over here. All this stuff will be gone. And then our queen will have all of this stuff gone up here. And that leaves us a nice path right through the base, as you see here. Just like that. And that's going to be for our miners and our hogs. Obviously, you're going to heal up your miners and your hogs when they're over splash damage, or even just in high DPS areas of the base, just to keep them topped off. Especially since I have the Life Gem on the Warden and not the Healing Tome, I'm going to be a little bit more liberal with the heal spells, but you'll know when to drop them just to keep stuff protected. So I'm going to get rid of the drawing now. We're going to press play on this and try to execute that plan. So we drop the queen in, get the healers, and like I said, if you're going to be going into a single Inferno like this, make sure you have free spells. So I'm going to wait until this Inferno starts to heat up on our queen, and then we will drop a free spell on it. I'm also going to use a rage spell as well, just to get through this area as fast as I can. That's what your rages are for, is to rage your queen, and it rages the healers also, which gives you a lot more healing on your queen, just helps keep her alive. So we take out the wizard tower. Now we should be fine to take out that single Inferno. It's not going to heat up fast enough to take her out. So it was pretty good timing. And I'm just making sure she's going left, which she does. And then we're going to send the wall breakers in. Now, like I said, on this base, I'm just using them right there to pull the Clan Castle because I don't actually need to charge her into the base. We have the siege barracks and the king down over here. It's going to start setting that side of the funnel, clearing all that trash. So we poison and rage over here to help deal with the CC. I'm going to freeze this also just in case. I don't want my queen to go down. You got to keep your queen alive. So now we send in all of our miners, followed by our hogs. I'm going to send in my warden. And I'm going to use a really early ability because we do have a bunch of spring traps, the queen, we have a bomb tower over here. Hopefully that bomb tower goes down. No, it doesn't. So I do use a heal spell. Make sure you're using heals over bomb towers because if you didn't know, when the bomb tower gets destroyed, it actually drops a bomb, which can do a lot of damage to your hogs and your miners. So if you hit one of those in a giant bomb, or you're getting hit by a multi-inferno or something like that, you can lose your hogs and miners in a hurry. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Our queen is doing a good job with her healers now. In the core, she is unfortunately going to walk near that single Inferno, but I'm not too worried because she does have her ability, which can protect us for a while from that Inferno tower. You can at least get it to retarget, And our miners actually did a really good job up there on that Inferno. It's really low health, so now I'm not worried about our queen at all. Once she gets through that wall, she should be able to reach that Inferno anyway. We still have our king ability. We got a bunch of Valkyries out there. We have a Pekka and a wizard still from the siege barracks. Our warden is still alive. We still have, I believe it's just miners right here. They're probably going to die to the king, but hopefully they can take the king out. No, not quite. That king is absolutely one-shot though. I don't know what our queen's doing. Of course, she goes and stands right next to that Inferno tower. So we do use her ability. She should be able to run around the wall to the left here, and she can actually reach it, which she finally does. Like I said, it is one-shot, so she'll easily be able to pick that off. Either way, our wall breakers that we used to pull the CC did open the walls up there. So yeah, this was pretty well crushed. We still have the Pekka and Valkyries from the siege barracks. Our king's still alive, warden's still alive, queen's still full health. So that base was crushed. A very easy 3-star. As long as you can execute your queen charge, the rest is pretty easy. So we're going to go get into some multiplayer attacks now. Alright, into our first multiplayer attack. This is actually a pretty close to completely maxed TownHall 11, I believe. I actually don't see anything that's not maxed out, but we're going to use our queen up here from the top. Because this time I didn't have freeze spells, so I want to make sure I'm avoiding any areas with the single Inferno. So as you see here, there's one there, so I didn't want to come in from the left. That's why I came in from the top, because I don't actually need. And I made a mistake there. I dropped my rage a little bit too far forward, so my healers actually weren't in the rage spell, and that's why my queen took so much damage and was forced to her ability. That's why you want to make sure you're hitting your healers with the rage, because if I would have hit the healers with the rage, they would have raged up and healed our queen way more, and she would have been able to heal through that no problem and wouldn't have to waste her ability. But that is the nice thing about having the invisibility vial. If you do make a mistake, that will pop and it will protect you, so she won't go down at least. So it's just a little bit of a security blanket. As you see, we have our king and our siege barracks down here set in the funnel. This is a perfectly executed funnel here, and we did actually pull clan castle troops. So we do poison and rage our queen. She's going to deal with that electro dragon and balloon, absolutely no problem. We're keeping heal spells down now on our hogs and our miners. The king and the siege barracks troops going to do a good job wrapping around the outside. And the reason you have those on the outside is so they can clean all that trash, and it keeps your miners inside the base rather than going out and cleaning trash. As you know, the miners target any building, unlike the hogs who go straight for defenses. So that's why you have the siege barracks troops and the king on the outside, because they clear all that trash, and it keeps your main army focused in the center of the base so they don't wander outside. It keeps them tightly packed together, and they just do a lot more damage that way. So we kept healing up our pack of miners that's in the core here. We are out of heal spells now, but the town hall does go down, and we should be able to get that multi-inferno no problem. And then there's really nothing that can stop us. There's nothing that can stop us anyway, because obviously our king's still alive, our queen's still alive with her healers. We still have our warden up. We are starting to lose most of our miners. We still have some left next to the king over there. These wizards are going to go down to this expo as well, but they do get that cannon. So really all that's left now is a couple archer towers, an expo, a mortar, and a wizard tower. Wizard tower goes down. The mortar's going to go down. Archer tower is going to go down. Our king's probably going to go down. No, he is actually going to survive. Hopefully he breaks that wall before he switches targets here. Okay, he does. Perfect. And we snipe out the archer tower. No problem. So we're just going to speed through this right now. We take it out. No problem. Again, both of those bases we attacked were pretty much max. So that's a really good indicator of how strong this attack can be. So we're going to go hop into another multiplayer attack now. Alright, into attack number 2. This isn't as good of a base, but it's still a good indicator. And as you see up here, we have 2 single infernos, but they are in the core, so I should be safe to break into this compartment here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to see which way my queen's going to go first. That way I don't waste the wall breakers. And then we'll actually break her into the corner here on this one, because we want her to get in and clear out a funnel in there. We're actually going to 2x through this, because I know this attack comes down to the wire on time. So I want to speed it up just a little bit. And now that we know she's going left for sure, we use our wall breakers. We break her in. I'm actually going to use the poison here because I was pretty sure there was no clan castle troops in this one. As you see, I don't even think they were in a clan. So that's why I was pretty sure there wasn't going to be CC troops. So we use our siege barracks and our king on the left, and then drop in all of our hogs and our miners. Behind, we have a nice funnel set this time. Siege barracks troops going to do a good job keeping everything centralized. Our queen, unfortunately, does go down to a single inferno, which does make this attack closer than it usually would be. You got to try to keep your queen alive. That's why I would recommend bringing the 2 freeze spells in your clan castle. That's what I would recommend. You don't have to, but like I said, it just makes this more versatile because it makes it a lot easier to keep your queen alive. Because if she does get targeted by single infernos, she is going to go down. But as you see, we got enough value to where it's not that big of a deal. We're still crushing through the base. We still have quite a few miners alive. Our king's still alive. We still have some healers up. Our Valkyries were still alive from the siege breaks. That base was crushed, and we got a lot of loot from that one as well. So I got one more attack for you guys, and I'll catch you guys there. Alright, into the final attack. This is a pretty common TownHall 11 base that I run into. This one isn't as highly leveled as the first one either. But we're going to use our queen up here from the top. We're going to 2x through this again. We wall break into that corner because there's nowhere else for the queen to go, so I knew that's where she would funnel into. She's going to take out that cannon, and then she should start to step in, and we'll start to use rages. I would recommend raging if you're going through a minion prince on defense too, because the minion prince does do a lot of damage. And again, I wasn't worried about CC troops here, so I just used the poison on that minion prince. We use our king and our siege barracks down here at the bottom. They're going to set a really good funnel. All of our miners going into the core. We're actually going to use a rage on the miners this time because we didn't need it for the queen, so they're going to tear through that core. We use a heal and a rage on them, and they shred through that stuff. Look at our siege barracks Valkyries just tearing up the bottom side of the base by themselves with that king. Got all the wizards behind. They do such a good job of speeding up this attack. We have a bunch of miners still alive. We use our queen's ability. We really didn't need to. We could have swagged that, but I used it anyway just to get some archers out, help speed this up a little bit. Look how many miners we still have alive. All three of our heroes still alive. We have a bunch of wizards still from the siege barracks, which is nice because they're going to go down and take out that laboratory. We got to backtrack all the way for that, but it's no problem whatsoever. Easy 3-star. The loot was kind of trashed on that one, but we get a nice 3-star. So this is probably one of my favorite TownHall 11 attack strategies right now. Hybrid used to be really popular. It's not so much anymore, but it still works really well, especially at these lower town halls. So if you guys use this, let me know how it works out for you guys. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys next time.